Hello everybody, good to see you again. On a previous video, as you can remember, I explained different parts of the software and different operations and functions that has been provided in this software. I defined an analyte, a new analyte. I defined control materials, two levels of control material for that analyte. I assigned them by this button. I assign the control materials to the analyte, and now first of all I want to define operators names. As you can see here, Joe, John, PYM. Number of characters for operators names is 4, so for this reason I wrote the maximum one, John, 4 characters. Press OK. From drop down list you can see the names. So for saving time from special functions, I use random generator as I told before. It's used for educational purposes. The number of I want to have some points and data on the chart. So the number of QC points, I press 20, and first date is here, random data in charts. I have to define a mean and specify a mean and CV for each level. For R&D or normal level I put 12.1 and a CV 1.6%. For pathologic level 6.3, average, and CV is 1.2%. Okay, you can see here that chart has been drawn. Now I want to, for example, let me to enter another data to show you how to can enter data. The first one is 12.1 and the second level 6.15. Press OK. No violation rules. In this window you can see 2 levels. We can reject them if there is a violation from Westguard multi-rules, but there is no violation, so I press OK to confirm the data. And now this is our first data and we can lock it, and the next data that we put on daily QC will be compared with this locked range. Here from special function I press lock, select the first data, and after pressing the shift key I select the last one, and you can see that the range has been selected. Here for the normal level I press lock, and for pathologic press lock. Okay, you can see the color has been changed, and here data table we have the data for both levels. I want to show something here. For example, the normal level is 12.6, and the pathologic level is 6.1, and the operator that analyzed the QC material by the cell counter is John. Press OK, and you can see here for both of them 1 to S, 1 to S. Rule has been violated. It's a warning for us, so I do not confirm it. First I close it, close the window, and here in Q you see the number changed to 1. This is the one that I did not confirm because a rule has been violated. When we use two levels of control, we have to interpret them together with each other, and you are not allowed to interpret them as a single level. Here R4S has been violated. I press OK to confirm it. For example, here in data label you can see them. We can see the color change to red, yellow. I press edit. To edit the points, I want to edit it after doing some correction measurements and correct the mistakes and errors, for example the systematic or random errors, and analyzing the control material again. For example, it became for normal level 12.2, and for this one 6.2, and this time again John did the operation, and there is a comment for that. Corrective action, you can see that there is a limitation on the number of characters. Corrective action done. Press OK. You see the comment here. The operator is John, and the rate of analyzing the control material is here by the time. Press OK because we confirm it, and you see this sign C as the first letter for comment. Here in data table, corrective action done. Press OK. We can print this data for both levels with all the data here in this window. We can delete each data that we select. For example, this one, delete selection or delete all. We can edit each data after violating the rules. Daily QC. Here in this window you see the data that has been entered for this time. You can print the charts as you see here, 22 points that we have here from date, first date to last date for both levels, or you can pick up the checkbox. color printer and print statistics. We select all of them and press print for printing. I told you before about the assignment of control materials to each level for each specific analyte. One way to put the control level into each one of this box is to drag it and put it here. For example, I want to put R&D here, and you see it's been changed, but as you know it was pathologic, so I correct it again. Press cancel. Archive data comes here. As you can see, the data here is for archives. From here, erase an archive level. You can also back up the data on each drive that you want. For example, interval between backups every 7 days the data will be backed up. Press OK. Here I can the fixed limit is not used here because in medical laboratories we do not need here it, and it doesn't need any statistical calculations, and only we use mobile limits that is predefined here as default, and the lock limits after entering some of the points. Erase an archive, random generator that I showed you how it works. Erase and archive data. For both levels I want to erase and archive them. I press these buttons and press OK, and the confirmation message is shown here. You're gonna erase archive the data of 2 QC levels for hemoglobin. Press OK, and for hemoglobin we can see the last data that has been archived. Statistical risks is for confidence interval. It means that if you give a report to a patient, are you sure about this report that is relevant to patient's condition and is the correct result or not? And it is by default on 5% for alert limits, and for action limits it is on 0.2%. I do not make any changes for that and press OK. Here, control limits for hemoglobin. Let me to generate another data. Is one point that I have to say. For mobile limit and lock limit, you see some statistics in this window. Control limits. It's the mode of limitation, lot number, name of QC material that was defined before, target that is mean, warning limits that is mean plus minus 2 SD. We define it for we determine when the software gives us a alert, a warning. And this one is action limit, that if we have a QC point that exceeds the action limit, the corrective correction is needed. There's a dates reference interval. It's the interval between entering data. Points, number of points 20. Degree of freedom for common CV, you see here, if I pick that up, you see 19 for each level, and if I put the check, it's 38. Degree of freedom is number of QC points -1, but for 2 levels it's -2. And the CV, this is the statistics for these 2 levels of control for hemoglobin analyte. We can print them. I press OK, do not want to print. And that was the last point that I wanted to tell you. I hope it's been useful for you, and thank you for watching. Goodbye.